righty. So we're gonna go right out here to the middle, and then we're gonna call them away. Let's just try backing away, because I want to see what the dogs are doing. Okay, so we come right out to the middle, and back away. Yay. You've got to be able to do that with a lot of different situations. That could be a kid, that could be a neighbor, it could be a squirrel, it could be whatever. They have to learn, walk away from it, and get rewarded. Now, what we don't want to do is, we're going to do this again. You guys just ignore me, but I'm going to say no and all that other business. Okay, ready, guys? Here we go, right up to the middle. And we're just going to kind of let them go. Davy, no, what are you doing? Okay. When you do that, Davy's like, what? You're making that situation negative. So if you do that often enough, no, leave it, all that other business that people do, you can make other dogs the bad thing. You can make people the bad thing. And your dog will start to associate people, dogs, whatever it is, with something that's negative, and they might start to get aggressive or wary or shy, or they'll move away. Sometimes they get aggressive because, again, they've been corrected for that. You'll see a lot of that on videos where they're like, leave it, you know? That's a lot of aggression going on in there. So what we do is, it's like, just walk away from it. Thank you, okay? It's like, just walk away. Thank you. So it's a lot of soft voices, call away, and reward like crazy, because, again, they're walking away from another dog. So let's try it again, guys, and I will not yell at Mr. Davy this time. Do it the right way. Okay, here we go. So we're going to be like, hello, and they can kind of visit a little bit here. Call out. Good boy. So they will easily walk away from things. If you practice this enough, you need to do it with, anytime you see your dog getting overexcited or overstimulated with something, use that, walk away. The other day I was at the grocery store, and we had Kayla, and she was very interested in the oranges. I don't know why. I don't know whether she thought it was a giant pile of balls that smelled really good, but she just was like, wow, I want one of those. So I did 3 or 4 times a walk away from the oranges. I don't know what was in her head. It doesn't really matter. But use those things to your advantage. It's like, she really likes that. So I'm going to call her away, and I'm going to reward her for it. One of the exercises that is really, really helpful is teaching your dog to go to their place. A lot of the dogs will go to their kennel, go to their beds. But we want this to be a portable crate. This is a portable crate. So any place that you put down a doormat, Dollar General has these little mats for like $7. They can be very expensive at some of the other stores, but like $7, $8, get yourself a little mat that you can roll up, take with you, put it in your little backpack. Teach your dog that this is his spot, and when he goes over there, that he gets rewarded. So hang out. Now, you're going to notice that not all of him is on that mat. Not all of Dave is going to fit on much of nothing. Good. Yay. Good boy. Good down. So we work on lie down on their place. We're going to call them off. Let's go. Good boy. If you need to put a piece of treat out there, which is fine, we're going to put it in the middle. And we're going to tell him, place, get it. Good boy. Lie down. Lie down. Lie down. Good boy. Good. Good boy. Good job, buddy. Hang out on your spot until we tell you to get off. You're periodically going to go back, and you're going to reward them for hanging out on their place. You want to get farther and farther away from them until you can just point and say place, and they run over there and they lay down. It's a parking spot for your dog. Again, this is like telling a child to sit in a chair. If you say, go over there and hang out, it's going to be hard for a little kid to understand that. If you say, go over to the yellow spot on the floor and stand there and wait until you're called next in line, then, it's even as adults, look at our 6-foot distancing with COVID. They had these circles on the ground, and everybody had to stand on their circle. It's stationing. It's telling that human, you need to be here. Not over here, not over here, not back here, right here. And the dogs are the same way. A lot of animals are taught stationing, where this is your spot. Hang out here, and you're going to get heavily reinforced for it. Okay. I think that the dogs, have to be told, don't touch food on the floor, because some of it is our dogs at home, randomly, they're going to get things off the floor, especially if you have children. So again, one of the things maybe is just put them in their vest and get them to understand, don't touch stuff when you've got your clothes on. You know, little kids at home, you know, they'll throw things off the table and off the high chair and clean up on. I love the commercial that the guy walks in and the baby's got the goop all over its face and says, oh, we got to get you cleaned up before mom comes home. And then he comes back in and the baby's clean and the dog's licking its lips. It's like, yep, that's what happens. So there's random rewards that go on for food, which make it very, very hard to extinguish because it's a thin schedule of reinforcement. It's like the winning the lotto. So that one cracker on the floor that you didn't see is like winning the lotto. So we're gonna do some walking around and we're just gonna drop big pieces so we can see it and they definitely can see it. If your dog goes after it, you are gonna make a correction and say leave it. So you just drop it. Good job, good boy. I don't tell them leave it at this stage. They should know don't do that. Most dogs will leave stuff alone if you tell them to, but when you stop telling them, then they're like, well, you didn't say to leave it, so it must be mine. So this is why we go through the walking past stuff, and dropping stuff is hard. You can get them to walk past things, but when you start throwing stuff, good job. They're gonna be like, oh, you threw it away, I'll get it. So just, you gotta, and you have to do this in a lot of different places, not just training class, because they will get used to us throwing food in training class, then you go out someplace and they go dive bombing. It's one of the places your dog can hurt you. He sees a crumb, you don't see it, they get low, they drop their shoulders, and 70 pounds goes pulling you towards a cracker, and you get off balance, and you can really hurt yourself. So again, I would go to Walmart or wherever the heck you're gonna go, probably not Walmart, but you know, someplace out in public, walking along, just throw food on the ground, and you know, just, that dog's gonna see it. And it's like, nope, that's not for you. And then you might want to reward them out of your hand. So it's all about, I have it, you take it from me. You don't get that off the floor. If there's food coming, comes from me. There are gonna be times when you do want your dog to go say hi. So please remember, you don't ever have to have anybody pet your dog in public. These dogs are yours and they are for your enjoyment and for your use. So if you're out in public and somebody says, oh, can I pet your dog? You don't have to let them pet them. You can say, no, I'm sorry, they're working. And then you just kind of keep walking the other way. You know, but sometimes we do like to share. Somebody will say to you, oh my gosh, I had a dog that looked just like that and I miss him so much, or whatever the story might be. So there are times that you would want the dog to maybe say hi to children. I'm usually like, if people ask me nicely, I will usually say, yeah, it's okay. Or if you'll see a little kid standing to the side and they're standing real polite and they're not gonna ask, and you'll say, you know, do you wanna pet my dog? And they'll do their little face and they'll be like, mm-hmm. And it's, why not? Why not, okay? So we teach the dog that they are not allowed to approach anybody unless we say, make a friend. So they, in their vest, in their training collars, all of that, they are not allowed to just walk up to people and say hi, and people are not allowed to walk up to them. It helps them understand when to go visit and when not to visit. A lot of service dog organizations say never, ever let your dog go up to someone. I don't know. I think that the dog just needs to be trained when it's appropriate and when it's not, and you give them a command, go make a friend. So we've got Ryder over here and John and I. So I'm just gonna say, oh, hi, how are you? Can I pet your dog? And you know, he's probably gonna respond with, yeah, but she has to sit if you do that. Or, you know, hand you a cookie. So if he hands me a treat and says, you could call her over to you and then ask her to sit. So we could do that. And it's in like, oh, what's her name? Her name is Ryder. So you would, the handler says, make a friend. Okay.
Make a friend.
Come on, baby. So he's allowing her to come over to me. Now, if all of this stays nice, then leave it alone, okay? But if people get stupid and start doing this stuff, call your dog out of there. Call your dog away. Okay? I have done everything that I can possibly think of in the last 20 years to keep the human race from getting stupid. It just happens. People, you know, you'll say, please just pet them, you know, make them sit first, just pet them, and all of a sudden they're down around the dog, they're in their dog's face. Anytime somebody puts their face near a dog's face is the time when things cannot be so good. So you have to be careful of that. Again, this is a call away situation, and I always tell the dog, you're getting too excited. Like, you know, it would be Ryder come, or, you know, Ryder here, and she would come back to you and make sure you feed, because you're taking her away from somebody doing the loving. It stops the situation without telling that person, don't do that. I thought I told you not to get, you know, they're not gonna listen, they're gonna get offended. So call your dog away and I'll be like, you're getting too excited. And I'm talking to the person. The other thing that we do is if somebody is trying to get our dog's attention and you're like, don't do that to my dog, and it's gonna happen. One of the things that I do is I look at the dog and I say, keep working. Dog has no clue what the heck I'm saying. It tells the person no, without saying no. Again, I have done that. I've had people yell at me after I've said, please don't do that. Well, I just wanted to say hi. You don't understand, I love dogs. And I'm like, So we're going to do this. I'm going to get, you know, like silly with Ryder as she goes walking by. And John's just going to tell her, keep working. Again, he's not talking to her. He's talking to me. Okay, ready? Oh my gosh, she's so pretty.
Ryder, keep working.
Keep going. Keep working. Okay? Again, it's a way of getting your dog should comfortably walk out of that situation because we've done it so many times. Is it fair to the dog? No, but that's what's going to happen. So we want to prepare them. Just keep moving. Just keep moving, honey. That's not what you think it is. We're not stopping.